It looked like the Browns don't know exactly what the hell they want to do. Now they sending Mary Kay out to do some damage control. For one, with Kevin Stefanski messing up the plays. For two, with reports coming out that they're interested in drafting Indiana's quarterback. And as of right now, I don't know what the hell is going to look like for Shedeur Sanders' 2025 season. Now, we know there has been a roller coaster of storylines that came out the Cleveland Browns pipeline this entire season. Some of them was good, majority of them was bad. The only good was Dylan Gabriel was hella trash.
This secret could ruin everything because the Browns just dropped a quiet little bombshell about Shedeur Sanders, and now 2026 looks way messier than anyone expected. Front office whispers, mixed signals, and one decision that changes the entire timeline. Stick around, this gets wild fast.
And I think after the Titans game, I think there was probably a lot of feeling that this was on the right track and that was probably going to end up being the case. But you have to look at the whole picture. And when you watch what Bears, that's just a normal part of what happens with a rookie quarterback. You're going to take a couple steps forward, and then you're going to take a couple steps back. But
the front office is walking around like they just found out they accidentally ordered 12,000 vegan hot dogs instead of real ones. Confused, panicked, and hoping nobody notices.
To suggest that somehow the Browns could be having second thoughts about Shedeur because of supporters, to me, is lazy. And if that's really how this organization thinks, then the one thing that Mike Florio ever says about the Browns, which is, yeah, they're just never going to work with Haslam there, will end up being proven right. Because, like, at this point, it's, are you evaluating Shedeur? You might be rosier, you might be more negative than Shedeur, or you might be more negative than I am, but...
And in the middle of all that chaos, Shedeur Sanders, the guy who went from fifth-string background character to headline-grabbing quarterback in the space of one season. Let's be real, the 2025 Browns season was basically a reality TV show without the cameras.
We'll never know, obviously, but I think it in the long run, it did benefit him to not start right away.
I think a lot of quarterbacks, I think you mentioned this.
Yeah.
Probably all quarterbacks could benefit from sitting and watching for at least a little while. That just doesn't happen with high picks because the owner pressure and everything else to get them out there. The only thing I would say to this is, I mean, Andrew Berry went on the broadcast in the preseason and said it's like going from learning English to learning Mandarin from where he was coming from. Remember that? Like, you know, Kevin is Satan, right? Like, Kevin hates him, but Berry loves him.
Plays blown, drama spilling out, and Kevin Stefanski apparently trying to invent football as he goes along. And as if that wasn't enough, rumors started flying that the Browns might just go grab Indiana's quarterback in the first round, like they suddenly remembered they're in the NFL and not a summer flag league.
Want to see his continued growth. And if they get to the end of the season and they see that he has developed and he's still on that upswing, on the upward trajectory, then they're going to have a conversation with themselves after the season and decide, can he be the guy? I don't know yet if he can be the guy. I don't know yet. And I do think that 7 games, you might just have to take a risk if you think he can be.
But here's the kicker. Shedeur is still in the mix, strutting around like he owns Cleveland, while everyone else is scrambling like someone just said, surprise, you're on thin ice. The narrative this season has been wild. One day Shedeur's a nobody, the next he's national news. Jimmy Haslam apparently had a hand in orchestrating this circus, making sure the storylines were just spicy enough to make us all tune in.
Now, many people like Daniel Ovas, whatever the hell dude name is, he didn't think Shedeur Sanders was going to play. I told y'all Shedeur was going to play. Word on the street is that Jimmy Haslam wanted to see Shedeur Sanders. And it's also coming out that Jimmy Haslam was the orchestrator of the Shedeur Sanders storylines coming out to basically boost up his stock. So when he do come out, you know, the headlines is going to be all about his good old Cleveland Browns. And I can't stunt. It worked, guys. It worked. National news is talking about Shedeur. A lot of people.
Every headline now reads like an action movie trailer. Shedeur Sanders is coming. And fans, they're cashing in on every tweet, clip, and meme like it's Bitcoin in 2017. Haters are eating their words. Analysts are sweating. And here we are, just enjoying the chaos with popcorn. And then there's Mary Kay, the one person who apparently has a direct line to the Browns' secret snack drawer and somehow knows everything before ESPN even breathes. breathes. Her reporting is basically the only thing keeping us from turning the Browns off-season into a lost episode of Survivor.
My job as an evaluator ain't to say whether Shedeur Sanders can take a bad team and resurrect them and he's going to be some sort of savior. That was never what the evaluation is. The evaluation is, do you have the prerequisites? Do you have the skill set? Do you have the intangibles? Do you have the arm? Do you have the raw materials that we can build around? And when you go watch these football games, that's evident. They understand that, but it's disingenuous. They trying to have that conversation when they know what it is. It's evident. It's some of the stuff is right in front of you, man.
According to her, Shedeur took a step back in the last game, leaving the Browns scratching their heads and going, wait, are we sure about this guy? And now they have to watch the next 3 starts like hawks. Or maybe like people watching a cat try to jump on a counter and fail repeatedly. Traits are being analyzed, ball placement scrutinized, and decision-making critiqued like the world's most intense report card.
Matter of fact, let's eliminate the Cleveland Browns in this particular situation. What are we going to say about every single team that passed on Shedeur Sanders if he finds a way to win a football game where the odds were stacked against him? The Tennessee Titans? Hey, well, the New Orleans Saints would have won more games if they would have took Shedeur when they had an opportunity to take Shedeur. These are the bigger questions. That Steelers as well. It's so many things that we keep trying to, thrust Shedeur in the forefront to say, hey, man, if he does this, well, what are we?
Shedeur's chance to shine is coming, though. The next defenses he'll face are about as threatening as a wet paper bag, and some of the league's best edge rushers are out with injuries. It's basically a gift-wrapped audition for him to say, yeah, I can run this show, but don't think he can just throw a few lucky passes and call it a day.
Whichever way you are, that's at the crux of this. The supporters have nothing to do with this.
Right.
And if an organization can't handle it, then everyone should be fired.
Right. But again, this is where I give them credit, is that they didn't buckle to any of the pressure that Shedeur fans or anyone put on them. They held through to their beliefs, and their beliefs were very wrong, in my opinion, but they held through to them. And so to make the suggestion that this organization right now would buckle under that, I don't see it.
Accuracy, footwork, reading defenses, avoiding negative plays. Basically everything you didn't learn in Madden, but somehow is crucial in real life. It needs to be on point. If he nails it, Cleveland might just cancel their quarterback shopping spree and stick with the guy who's already made the headline.
Peter Schrager was on ESPN, and he said he had no indication from anyone in Cleveland or publicly from the Cleveland front office or the coaching staff that they believe Shedeur is the guy. That's the report going around from yesterday from Peter Schrager, basically saying things are still quiet around here in regards to their feelings about Shedeur Sanders. Is that the right approach, to remain a little silent on what exactly the plan is?
I say no, and the reason why is because this is a product.
I think he's thinking, by the way, for next year. I don't think he's thinking for this year. This year's already decided.
And meanwhile, the Browns' offseason is shaping up to be like a badly written superhero movie. 2 first-round picks, some cap space, and a dream of building what they call Super Bowl Window 2, which probably means Window 1 was just a practice swing. Fans are told to tune in, support the games, buy tickets, and generally act like they're starring in a motivational montage.
What is Shedeur playing for? Is he playing to be or even fight for a starting spot as the quarterback for next year, or is this trade bait?
Everything that he's trying to do is backfiring on him.
Yeah.
Because even if he was not a Shedeur Sanders fan, I'm putting him in the most messed up situations just to see.
Where he can
How do you find out who you got?
Yep.
Huh?
By going to war with him.
It don't matter if it's an employee. It don't matter if it's a partner. It don't matter if it's your wife, your homeboy. You got to be able to put everybody in those situations so you can really find out and see.
Someone might even track viewership stats to see how much the Shedeur effect is worth in digital clout. So yeah, the Browns still have no idea what they're doing, the front office is sweating, and Shedeur Sanders is basking in the spotlight like it's his personal son. And honestly, it's kind of a beautiful chaos, like watching a toddler run with scissors but somehow not get hurt.
I think that Shedeur needs to continue to play well, and Kevin needs to win. You see what I'm saying? It's not the same for both parties.
I think they got to win. I think they got to win some games, which would honestly, Shedeur actually has a lot of power here to not only convince the Browns he could be the quarterback of the future, but I mean, if he plays well down the stretch, he could save everybody's jobs, right? Say they went on some miraculous 4-game win streak, and they won 3 out of 4, and he puts up 300 yards and couple of those games or something like that.
The haters are losing their minds, the analysts are scrambling, and the rest of us are just here, waiting for the next twist in this ridiculous, entertaining saga. Could Shedeur actually turn Cleveland's chaos into a Super Bowl run? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for all the wild updates, because 2026 is just getting started.